Okay, hello everybody and welcome to my stream of Farm Manager 2018. I have been having a little bit of a conversation with chat before I started recording this, and we've decided we're going to do a little bit of the campaign. So I'm going to be recording this and popping it up on YouTube. So we've got lots of cool people in the chat and they've just been helping me along with everything. But we've decided after doing a little scenario and having a look through the scenarios that we'd like to have a look at the campaign before we go back and do more scenarios. So let's get into here now. It might take just a little minute to load in, but once it's loaded in, that's it. It's all done. And I was just saying to the chat as well that hopefully the early part of the campaign I shouldn't be quite as derpy as I was before when I was having a practice run on this, because I know a little bit more about how to get things to work. So fingers crossed it shouldn't be quite as lengthy as it was when I was trying to sit there and work everything out. Got a little bit more experience under my belt now. However, when it gets into the machines and things like that, I am still very much learning what I'm doing. So here we are. Here's our farm. So this is our father, I think. And he's saying, finally, you have arrived. See what this hurricane did to our family farm? I'm devastated. What shall I do now? Alone, with all this destroyed farm. I'm too old and too sick for such things. You know how Mother loved this farm. I do not want to sell it to strangers. I know you never wanted to be a farmer. However, please help me. Take over the farm and help your old father. In the face of such a tragedy, I do not even know where to start. Maybe from the roof repair in our house. We also need to remember about building new manure storage and a small warehouse. We have to get back on our feet somehow. So our first goal in this, so we've got different chapters and they each have little stages that we've got to do. So the first thing we have to do in this is build a little warehouse, build a manure storage, and fix our farm owner's house. So let's go. So the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is to just go in and build a few roads. Just so I've got a little bit more of a framework to build things from. And yeah, this is Adam. We're going to ignore Adam because I know what I'm doing. Tailspinner Games is saying, whoa, guilt trip from old dad. Talk about a request you can't refuse. Yeah, old dad. I'm also going to just like get these trees out of the way. Oh, that one won't get out of the way because it's beyond the boundary. But that's fine. So we've got a big field of grass here, and then we've got some old buildings and things like that. An old cow shed with a couple of cows in it. So I'm going to build myself a small warehouse, a manure storage, and fix the farm owner's house. That shouldn't be too difficult. It's going everywhere, look. So I need to just find the right one for the warehouse. I think it's under storage. Yeah, warehouses. Here we are. So a small warehouse, we can get that for 10,000. So I'll just pop that down. I'm going to pop it next to the big barn there. And then we need to fix this house apparently. So to fix something, you need to click on this repair of the building tool and just click on what you want to repair and it will repair it. Now you're very much on rails here. So if I decided I wanted to repair the cow shed or the barn or anything, it wouldn't let me because this is very tutorial-y at the moment. And Maton says, first thing is tree removal, definitely a dappling move there. Yes, I have learned from the best. Worm Unlimited springs to mind. Okay, so we're waiting for construction materials on that one at the moment. And we also need to make a manure storage. So I need to find where that is. It'll be under storage somewhere. Here we are, manure storage. So we'll stick that in there as well. Boom. So I have lots of storage for manure, lots of storage. We'll probably have silage storage pretty soon as well. And then have to hire some staff and things like that, but it'll ask us to do that. So while we're waiting for that, because we've done all the stages we need to do, we're just waiting at the moment. I'm just going to speed things up a bit. Yeah, but you haven't seen this side that's full of trees. Look. We'll get to that later. Gonna stick with this side first. So just let everything build and then we'll go back to slow mode. Manure storage is built. Small warehouse is built. Nice. Oh, Dad's like, thank you. At least now it will not rain on our heads. First of all, you still need to fix the house for workers. Despite the remaining damages, the plants need to be planted, otherwise we'll not earn anything this year. We'll go bankrupt. Create a new field, just 10 by 10. Prepare the land for cultivation and plant strawberries. Once you've done the ploughing, cultivation and fertilization, buy strawberry plants on the market. When you're ready, send workers to the field to plant your plants. Click now on the icon of the young plant and go to field creation. So yeah, we need to basically fix the house and make a field. So we're going to make a 10 by 10 field. I'll probably delete it later and make a 10 by 32 for reasons that chat will know. But for now I will do what it says. So I'm just going to make sure it's right butted up against this grass field here. So we've got 10 by 10. And we need to start getting that ploughed. So Leanne Coover and Cherry Beans, get on it. Oh. There we are, they're ready to start ploughing that field by hand. Which is how you have to start things off. But eventually we'll be able to get on with, we'll be able to start using a tractor for that, which will be amazing. Okay, so let's fix the house for permanent employees, shall we? So we'll repair that quickly. Let that go. So most of this stage of the tutorial is basically, well, I suppose it's the scenario really, the campaign. The whole thing is like a big tutorial working you up to a big farm. But at the moment, it's all about ploughing this field. So this is the field ploughing tutorial pretty much. Yeah, the hurricane took out the roofs but left the trees for Sheila to destroy herself. Yep. Yep, all the trees are still standing after the hurricane. I like that actually. Maybe there were more before. Maybe it was a thick forest and now there's gaps. I don't know. So we're still on quite a fast setting. I will slow it down once there's a bit more to do. Because you can get too fast with this and it starts to all go wrong. But at the moment we're alright having it on triple speed. English people even make the word manure sound posh. Depends on where in England they're from, I think. There's a lot of different English accents. Unique offer in the bank. Take a loan for before, I think, the 3rd of August. And the bank will return you a part of the money. I was like, well, I've got to do what the tutorial's telling me. I can't afford to be spending 6,000 on financial stuff. Well, maybe I can. Why don't we take the practical training and negotiation skills skill and see if we can get a bank loan before the 3rd of August. I don't know why we need a bank loan, but we can get one, I guess. I could have sworn I had a coaster in this room and it is now gone. Take a sip of my tea while they're cultivating that. Oh, right. Apparently chat says it was an elvish hurricane. That means that it took out everything. No, it planted new trees instead of removing them. So it was a tree hurricane where trees got planted. Okay, so we have now done that. Fertilized the field with our manure that we've now got in our manure storage. Then we'll have to wait for a little delivery of the strawberry seeds. How many strawberry seeds do we need to buy? 79 units of strawberry seed. I could do that in the market quickly while they're doing that. Buy strawberry seedling, and it was 79 units. So that'll be coming in while they're busy doing that. So we've bought our 79 units of strawberry seed. So that means I don't have to click on the field because I knew exactly how much I needed to order in. So we're nearly done with this scenario. So now we can plant them. Strawberry seedlings, autofill, accept. And off they go to plant the strawberries in. Well done, guys. And once I finish with that, then that'll be the end of that little part of the tutorial. So there we are, our first strawberries have been planted. As I say, I'll probably remove this field after a while. But it's a little bit of a small field, and a tractor can't go on it. It's too small. Oh, I spilled my tea. Ah. Well, I just have to dribble all over my desk. Stupid teacup. Oh, we planted them? Come on. Technically, we're not finished planting them. Now we are. Okay, cool. We're done with that. I still have to water the field. To do this, put a well next to the field so the workers can easily get water. When you do this, all field indicators will be high. This is a good because it means you do not neglect any process, and if you manage to maintain that state of the field and the plants do not get sick at that time, you'll be able to enjoy a successful harvest. My plants always get sick. Stupid plants. Okay, so let's have a look at how we build a well here. So I think it's under other, under construction and other, and it's 1,000 to build a little well there. Unfortunately, I can't really build it where I want to. So I'm gonna try and build it. I need to build it somewhere where it can cover all that land. I built it next to the manure storage. That should be fairly out of the way, and it should cover a lot of the fields. There we are. We have been successful with building our well. Great. It's okay, don't panic, it's fine. My tea's okay. It only spilled a really tiny bit. Don't worry, guys. So we need to water this now, don't we? Come on, farm workers. Hurry up and water the field. So as you can see, this is a very tutorial-y part of this, and it will start to get a lot better later on. I'm glad that I worked out the field sizes for the tractors and stuff as well, because I think it would have been better if it told you that at some point in the tutorial, but it kind of doesn't. It just has to be 30 meters long, and it doesn't matter how big the field is, how wide the field is, as long as it is 30 meters long, a tractor can go down it. Okay, in recent years, the price of silage has increased significantly, and our cows are less and less profitable. We've never produced silage before on our farm, so you will have to build silage storage. It will take a while, so you better do it right now. By the way, remember to repair the cow shed, because your cows will escape through the holes in the fence. If you collected some milk, you can sell it on the market. Okay, so we need to fix the cow shed and make some storage for the silage. Right, so I think that's going to be under production, possibly. Yes, here we are. Storage for silage, so we'll pop that next to the manure storage, and it'll look quite nice there. I like them next to each other because it basically means that the two buildings that look really similar are right next to each other, and it looks nice. And we'll fix up the cow shed as well. Boom. Just waiting for that to go through. And we've got 4 days left on my practical training in negotiation skills. And then we'll take the banking one training as well. And then we'll be able to take a bank loan if we want to. Yay, look at my cow shed. It looks so much better now. Awesome. Ah, we're done. Uh-oh, the landfill was built. Now you'll be able to process grass into silage. Our cows can't wait any longer. They love it for its juiciness. Don't forget to repair the barn so the hay doesn't get wet because it will rot. So I need to produce some silage and fix the barn. That shouldn't be too difficult. So if we start off with the silage, This is the first time we've really done production here, so what you need to do, click on this, choose an employee that you want to work on silage. It's better to choose one that is good at production if possible. We don't have one that's good at production, so I'm going to choose Leanne because she's good at machinery and she works for a long time. And also the other employee, Cherry, she's better at planting, so it's better to have Leanne in the silage. So she's there working away, and we then need to go to the production screen, tick on the silage production so that we can make silage. Take above 0 is fine, because if there's any more than 0 grass, we'll take that and make it into silage. So it just means we're making all of it, and 100% means we're just making, that's basically a slider. So if we were making crops and straw and grass all into silage, we'd be able to tell what percentage of which one we wanted, and you know what I mean. You'd be able to, like, say, make 50% of it grass into silage, 50% of crops into silage, and 0% of straw into silage, or something along those lines. So we're already making some silage, which is great. There's already some in there. So we'll work on fixing up this barn. It's a little bit run down and the hay's going to rot in there. So 2,000 will be enough just to fix that barn up. So we're starting to look a little bit neater over here, aren't we? This farm is looking a lot nicer. We still have a very dilapidated garden, a very dilapidated fence. But everything else needs to be pretty fixed up, which is great. You guys are all talking about a comedian that you like in the chat. Waterproof Bubbles has been going to comedy shows. Looks like the grass is ready to be harvested as well. So we kind of probably need to do that. But at the moment I'm just working through... Have I not produced 2 silage yet? I'm sure I must have done. Or does it have to be in the barn? Not sure. There's definitely silage in here. Oh no, there's not. There's grass in there, but we haven't produced any silage yet. Okay. I'm sure it will happen soon. I'm going to slow this down a little bit and just make sure she's doing what she should be doing. Doesn't seem to be doing anything with the silage. Have I got this set up right? I hope I have. How about we change this to 2? I'm never 100% sure what all this means, so I believe it means that if there's more than 0 grass. That they'll make grass. Why are you not making any silage? Is it just because you suck? Or is it because there's not enough grass in here? 70 kilos of grass. I mean, surely that should be enough. But maybe we should do a harvest over here. Well, let's get Cherry to go and harvest some grass, and maybe that will help. Maybe having a bit of grass in here will mean that we can make a bit of silage. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure what's going on there. Why? I struggled with this a bit last time. I struggled to get the silage to be made. But I thought I had it. I thought I had it all sorted out. Oh, here she is. Oh, she is doing it. Okay. Maybe I'm just being too impatient. So that's one done. I think that's her working on stuff. So in the warehouse here, there's still 70 kilos of grass. Why is that not being changed? I am very confused. that should be working, and it's not. I don't know what I've done wrong there. It might just be that there's not enough grass. So what I might do is take... Maybe I'll take you off the silage production. I'll put you on grass harvesting, and once that field is harvested, we'll maybe go back to making silage. Might work. Because nothing is being made here at all. There's still the same amount of grass that there was before. Manure is being added here. Okay, you come off this. You come off this, please. And, and you go here. You interrupt work, yes. And we'll get 2 of you on this harvesting. Once you've harvested the grass, I'm hoping that that will help with the silage production. As I say, that seems to really not be working very well in this tutorial section. It's like it gives you some grass to start off with, but then it really struggles to make it into any silage. I don't know how much grass you need, how many kilos of grass you need to make one thing of silage though. It could be like 100 kilos or something. Look at the chart. People talking about food again. This always happens in my streams. Like, everyone just talks about food all the time. It's all that ever happens. Lots of talk about food. I warn you guys, it's getting quite warm in here. And so I may need to go and open a window in a minute if it gets too warm. Because you don't want me fainting. It says 100 kilos on the first page when you open it. Alright, okay. So, production... Oh yes, 100 kilos of grass will make 300 units of silage. So we needed to get the 100 kilos of grass to even make 2 units of silage. So maybe they just won't do anything until there's 100 kilos there. That makes sense. Oh, I don't have any treat stream. No. It's okay, I went out and bought like all the ingredients for chili nachos earlier. So after the stream, I might go and make some chili nachos. And that would be yummy. The problem with Treat Stream here is that they haven't got Hungry House on it yet. And like there's barely any restaurants. So like if I wanted some nice tacos or like a nice kebab or something like that, I wouldn't be able to get it. I would only be able to get pizza. That's the only thing we can get here. Like even if we lived in the next town over, we would be able to get Hungry House on Treat Stream. But no. I'm not sharing bubbles because I can't throw it that far. Yep. Can't throw it to you, then you can't have any. That's how we do things in this house. We just throw food at each other. Oh, roasted pork chops with potatoes and squash. That sounds amazing. While they're harvesting that grass, I'm just going to read all the dapplings and people who are not dapplings who are here, because I imagine that there's a lot of dapplings here. Right? But not all of you are. Not all of you are Abax followers. Some of you are just my followers. Now Bubbles wants chili nachos and tacos. See, I had like these takeaway tacos the other day. It's really hard to find any Mexican food around here at all. And there's one place that does like a couple of things on their menu that are like nachos and tacos and things. But the tacos that they do are like taco shells, and then they like bake it in the oven. So the whole taco shell just disintegrates. So I was like, I couldn't even, it was just like getting a bowl full of chili. Luckily it came with chips as well, so it wasn't as bad, but still. Food is good. Food is always good. But yeah, there's only so much pizza that you can eat, isn't there, really? Well, I think so anyway. And I find that, like, for weight concerns... Oh, that needs harvesting now. Everything needs harvesting! Oh my goodness me. The crop quality is decent, though. We might need to water that. Did we even water it the first time round? We must have done, because we finished the stage. Yeah, they just need to harvest. The problem is they need to harvest that massive field of grass before they can have even one little tiny bit of grass. So we're going to have like bajillions and bajillions of silage in a minute. Bajillions of it. But it would have been nice if maybe they had started you off with a couple of 100 kilos of silage so you didn't have to harvest this massive field so that you could just get 2 pieces of silage. Oh, nightmare. Yeah, Glasgow is too far away for me to go get Taco Bell. A 15 bean soup, Emmaton. Oh. Are there even 15 beans in existence? Good grief. Like, I've heard of 5 bean and 3 bean stuff, but 15 beans seems quite excessive. We're nearly done with this grass harvesting. This is going to be the worst part of this this whole thing, I promise. Just getting 2 people to harvest that massive grass field. Nearly there. But this is the thing about playing the campaign, is it's a little bit, it is a bit tutorial-y and stuff. Okay, so we can... Oh, they've got to rake it now. This is why I got it on triple speed. We've got to rake it, and then we can get the silage going. Frank from the green room opened up a Mexican through here a couple months ago. Where is through here? And what is the green room? That doesn't ring any bells, sorry. The store also has a 16 bean soup, but it doesn't have a Cajun seasoning. Oh, okay. It's just like increasing numbers of beans here. I mean, I take it that's like 15 types of beans, not that they've actually counted the amount of beans that go into the can. Because that would just be silly. Okay, raking seems to be done. Okay, they have raked. Now bring that grass in. Okay, we have grass. As soon as they bring even a tiny bit of grass back, I'll just interrupt them and I'll get little Miss Silage back onto her job. They've got 89 kilos of grass now. I'll wait until they've got 100 kilos. And then I'll stop them then. Okay, that should be enough. So we're going to interrupt collecting the bales. Going to put... And once they've actually come off the job properly, I'll put Leanne back on to silage production. And hopefully she should actually make some now. And then we'll put... We'll do Cherry back onto baling the grass. Emmaton has clarified it is 16 types of bean, so that's good to know. So apparently we should be selling any milk that these cows are producing, so let's go to the market and see if there's any milk that we can sell, which there is. Fantastic. And I'll keep an eye on it. Once there's a little bit more milk in there, I'll go and put it onto auto sell as well, because milk has a really short shelf life. Woohoo, we've produced our 2 silage. Fantastic. Okay, so next, you say that you want to breed chickens. Your grandmother also did. She always said that they're less demanding than cows, but I was stubborn and insisted on cows. I know it was a bit expensive, but it might be worth it. Maybe it's time to change from cows to chickens. Now it's your farm, and if you insist on it, build a small silo and a chicken coop. Okay, so I'm going to keep fields down to the bottom end of my farm, to the sort of south side, assuming that north is where I'm looking out towards the trees there. And I'm going to extend this paved road, and we'll put the chickens just along it here. So animals here. Maybe even I could extend the road round. Yeah, I could extend the road all the way around here to the back, and then just I can extend it from there behind the farmhouse, and I can get things into this space here behind. So we're going to do that for now, and then I'm going to have a nice little space here for my silo and my chicken pen. So for animals, cow shed and chicken coop. Wow, the small chicken coop is actually quite big. So I'll pop that in there. And then we'll also build a silo. So that'll probably be under storage. Small silo. And that is tiny. My tiny little silo that could just sit right next to it there. So those are going to get built. So in the meantime, I need to collect 5 tomatoes. I haven't even planted tomatoes, and also take a loan. So let's see if we can take... Oh, okay, I've done this chicken coop and the small silo. Oh, okay, we're on to another chapter. Quite a nice chicken coop. Now you have to hire and assign a new worker as a caretaker. He or she should know how to handle eggs and repair the house walls, because it's an eyesore to the neighbour. Okay. I also need to learn banking quickly. Training in banking, 2000. That'll give me access to loans, which will be good for this mini quest that I've got there. So, I'm thinking... no, I need to hire someone specifically for that task. So let's go to the house for permanent employees and click on hire. There's a few different places you can click on hire from. That's one of them. You can also click on the house. So I need someone who's decent with animals. So Brooke Porter is very good with animal care. So we're going to hire Brooke Porter. And put Brooke Porter in charge of these chickens. Fantastic. All done. And then we also need to fix up this house again. Cost a fortune fixing this house. It was 8,000 before, and now it's another 8,000. Yeah, you guys are right. The coop is not huge, but they have a decent sized yard, which is always good for chickens. So now we need 4 chickens. Now you have set up a chicken farm, buy at least 4 chickens for it to pay off. One, 2, 3, 4. The rest then, it should fill up as the animals actually breed. I'm going to ignore that tomato quest because I can't be bothered planting tomato fields at the moment. It's a pretty in-depth farm sim. It kind of is. It's no worse than any other sim I've played though. There's nothing in our storehouse to feed the chickens. Oh no, you have to buy something for them to eat or they will starve to death. You'll also have to wait a little for the supply of grain. In the chicken coop, you'll find a list of what they feed on. Purchase at least 100 sunflower and 100 lupine. They have a long shelf life, which makes them ideal for feed. Okay, so pop into the market and we want sunflower seeds. Now, I think it's actual sunflower that we want rather than sunflower seed. Sunflower seed is to grow the sunflowers, and sunflower is to... So we'll buy that, and then it's also lupine. It's a bit confusing because you probably are actually feeding the chickens the sunflower seed. Yeah, the side quests are always a bet with your neighbouring farmer. That's basically what the side quests always are. Phew, the situation is under control. Now you can calmly think about how to optimize the costs of breeding our animals. It's best to grow your own food for chickens and cows. We already have grass, so maybe lupine, corn and sunflower. You won't need to buy food for them next year. Just don't overdo it with the size of field. For 10 by 38 meters is enough. It's already quite late, so sow the seeds without first preparing the soil. Otherwise, with so few people and equipment, you could not work on the larger field, and we cannot make it before winter. Okay, so we're just into the summer now. I'm going to slow it down because we've got quite a lot of stuff to do. So I'm going to start here. I'm going to leave a gap big enough for a well between each field though this time. Because I'm a bit bad at not doing that. So we've got 10 by 30. I'll leave like a couple of spaces. Do another 10 by 30. Leave a couple of spaces. And then do another 10 by 30. Beautiful. Now, when we get tractors, we will be able to work on these with tractors because they're the right length and size and everything. I may eventually, even though we have strawberries planted here, I will eventually probably get rid of that and build a 10 by 30 there because it clearly is designed for that to be in that space. Low amount of food in the animal buildings. That's okay because we're just waiting on a delivery there. That's fine. Okay, so now we need to start planting. So we are not going to plow or do anything. We're just going to immediately sow it, which is kind of crazy, with corn. Corn seed. Buy a kilo of that. Then there was lupine seed. We need to buy exactly enough of that. And then also, was it corn, lupine, and sunflower seed, right? And it's basically saying just plant them, just let them grow in the dry, untilled soil. Okay, so hopefully the first one should be here, but it's not yet. Hurry up and deliver it. Once we get a delivery, I might need to speed it up just a tiny bit to get the delivery in. In the meantime, we do actually need to harvest these strawberries. How are they doing? Oh, they're fine. Okay, we'll leave them for now. Okay, bring me my deliveries, please. There we are. First delivery done. Right, let's slow this down and see what that first delivery actually was. So it was some corn seed. So Sherry is going to be planting some corn seed. I think there were sunflower seeds near the bottom, but they were showing 0, so there wasn't any of it delivered yet. I was just checking for the deliveries. Sorry if I'm going a bit quick. I've slowed it right down now again, so a few trucks coming by. Right, I will now just speed it up so that the planting can go a bit quicker. Again, I'm still ignoring the tomato thing. We've got 4 days left before we can take the bank loan. I will just take the smallest bank loan just for the for the 3,000 that you get back off it, and it'll give me some more cash to play with, so it's all good. Cherry's having a sleep apparently. What a nightmare. I'm kind of wondering whether to hire more staff, but it's kind of very tutorial-y still, and it hasn't told me to do that, and I sometimes worry that if I get ahead of myself when it's being very tutorial-y, that it gets a bit bad. I'm just going to say okay on the animal breeding, because again, it might come up with that pretty soon. What I could do though is to take Miss off the silage just temporarily and put her on sowing and get her to sow the lupine seed. That's going to speed things up a lot. We've done our training in banking now, so we can take a little loan. It's a loan that I don't really need, but I'll take it anyway. So 50,000 loan at 20%. So it will be... Five times 2, 10. About 1,000 extra. Okay, yeah, I'll take the small loan. Take the small loan. And then we get some extra money in there. But we do have to pay back quite a bit of money. So the chickens are ready to breed as well. But again, I'm just going to leave that. And once Cherry's done... In fact, once they're both done, maybe... Because I'll be doubly quick on that then. How much is done there? So half of the planting is done there. About a third of the planting is done there. The crop quality is going to be absolutely awful. But maybe we'll get a tractor soon. You never know. And we still need to do this grass over here because I was a bit cheeky and stopped it halfway. So we don't have as much silage as we maybe want. So I really want that in by... Because it stopped the grass growing now. Which is pretty bad. So we'll get these planted and then I will just get them to finish that off. These are still doing fine. Even though they've been there for like a million years without being... They're starting to degrade a bit now. Hurry up. Get those planted, please. I really want to, like, plow on ahead and, like, hire a load of new staff and all that sort of thing, but I'm not allowed to yet. Okay, while they're doing that, I'm going to step away for 2 seconds and I'm going to open my window. Bear with me. Because we need cool air in here, but we don't need Tilly in here. So my door is shut against Tilly's, who jump on my desk and annoy me. Oh, the cows are fine for food. They're not in any danger right now. One thing I can actually do as well is add the amount of silage onto here so I can see it. I can also add the sunflowers and I can also add the lupine so I can see how much feed the chicken have. So we're still just planting this. Hopefully we will have a crop by winter, hopefully, fingers crossed. Getting this done fairly early on. Oh, animals are still ready. I know they are. I know they are. It's fine. We're concentrating on something else at the moment. Yeah, the cows are absolutely fine for their silage. They have no problem at all. Plant corn seed on the field has been done. So, how far through this one are we? We're nearly done with the lupine planting. So I'll wait until that's finished. And then we'll do the sunflower planting with both of them. There we are. So that should happen twice as fast. And then I'll put Cherry onto harvesting up all the rest of the grass and the strawberries, and we'll put Leanne back onto silage once that's done.